Maneva na sema PENDREAM TV. PENDREAM TV de osia dem yopo.
You are welcome to PENDREAM TV, the only channel that give you what you want. Thank you. If you are new here, please don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell, like and also share for others to watch. Thank you. Mahama has also come out with a brilliant policy or a brilliant idea of paying the district assembly members for their great efforts if elected into power. Without much ado, let's listen and give a comment or suggest our view on it. You can also send us your view or anything that you want us to help you publish on the number shown on the screen, which is 0277 128 777. Thank you. Stay tuned.
Hot edition, the hottest 1 hour on radio. My name is Martin Asiedu Date. Coming up this evening, the Electoral Commission faces huge backlash after rescheduling district assembly elections in parts of Eastern and Ashanti regions over unavailability of election materials. We have details of this particular story and we'll be touching base with all our correspondents to find out how polls have gone within the last few hours. Also coming up this evening, we'll bring you a rundown of how things played out at the local polls, considered by many as a dress rehearsal for the 2024 general elections. That's our big story for this evening. This is Hot Edition, your hottest 1 hour on radio, live on 3FM 92.7. Specifics of you get to see the pictures that came with the statement from the NDC in the Ashanti region. But the other part of the statement is that the EC is expected to be impartial and maintain the integrity of the electoral process. The NDC emphasizes the importance of the Electoral Commission being independent, free and fair. However, the branding of materials with partisan symbols challenges the principle and compromises public trust in the electoral process. Madam Jean Mensah does not inspire confidence of an impartial electoral commission under her leadership and must resign as the commissioner of the electoral commission. We believe that her continued leadership threatens the sanctity of our democratic process. We also demand calls on the National Peace Council to intervene, urging Jean Mensah to rectify these issues promptly. The 2024 elections are on the horizon and it is crucial to address these concerns to avoid greater challenges for Ghana's democracy. So that's the statement from the NDC in the Ashanti region, asking the EC chair, Madam Jean Mensah, to resign. Talking about the NDC though and today's election, the flag bearer of the party, that is John Dramani Mahama, has voted, and when he did, he actually cast his ballot at Bole in the Savannah region, and when he did that, he expressed concern over the challenges encountered by the Electoral Commission. The former president urged the EC to ensure that such glitches are not repeated in 2024. Let's listen to John Dramani Mahama moments after he voted.
If God smiles on us and we win the elections of 2024, we're going to take decentralization seriously. The rest of the ministries, departments, and agencies that are still centralized, we're going to complete the decentralization so that we truly hand over power to the people at the local government level. Until we get our decentralization right, Ghana is not going to go anywhere. And so we're going to take it seriously. We're going to make sure that district common fund disbursements are increased again from 5 to 7%, which it was in 2016, and that the district assembly's common fund is going to be regular so that districts can take, advantage of it and be able to increase the pace of their development. Assembly members carry a great responsibility, and that if I'm elected president, we will pay them an allowance. Unfortunately, I hear there are glitches in many places. It is my hope that the Electoral Commission will get this act together, because we know that national, presidential and parliamentary elections are more emotive, and if people go to the polls on 7th December 2024 and some of these glitches occur, it will lead to a lot of chaos.
Former President John Dramani Mahama and NDC flag bearer sharing his thoughts on what he makes of today's challenges after he voted in Bole, which is his initial area where he hails from, where he was member of parliament for 2 terms, and a place where he actually goes to vote every now and then. He touched on a number of the concerns raised by the EC and persons who turned up to vote. Let's find out from Kodeo what they also make of today's exercise, the initial assessment, and going forward, the concerns that have been raised. How can we address them? Paul Abrampa is Programs Manager at CDD Ghana, and he is also with Kodeo. Mr. Abrampa, good evening. Thank you for your time on 3FM.
Good evening.
I'm sure you've deployed a sizable number of men and women around. They've given you feedback. Polls have closed about 25 minutes now. What would your general assessment of today's exercise be?
Yes, so I can't do an assessment of based on reports we're going to issue tomorrow because we've not finished analyzing the reports. And secondly, because of financial challenges, we couldn't deploy the 7,000, the 5,000 as we used to do for previous elections. So we deployed just a little over 400. As a voter and somebody who also went to visit some polling stations in Accra, I can help with the analysis based on that.
Sure, let's hear it. So from the 400, what
generally the patronage was very, very low. In most of the polling stations I visited in Nima, in Mamobi, in Pig Farm, Jolu, around our office, and also where I vote in Domain, CFC, the patronage was very low. And when I asked some of the EC temporary staff at the polling stations, they also express the same thing, that people come just once a while. So it's not different from the previous district level elections that we've had. But I did not observe any incidents of machine breakdown, of incidents of quarrel, of anything. It was just a quiet atmosphere with virtually empty voters.
And what were the other major things you observed regarding the challenges from the side of the Electoral Commission? Because they should or are expected to set up for people to come out and vote. If the people are not coming, could it be because of the absence or inability of the EC officials to be ready for them to come and vote?
EC officials to do what? The EC, per the Constitution, is expected to conduct public elections. And the EC does voter education in addition to the other constitutional mandates given to the Electoral Commission. Everybody in Ghana, especially, also plays some role in supporting the efforts of the EC. However, it's very disappointing to note that in district level elections, we all are at fault. If you say we all, I talk of the media, I talk of civil society organizations, everybody in Ghana is at fault. We have neglected district level elections, and the support that we usually give to national elections is not seen in district level elections. And the district level election, because it's also political, the usual mobilization, bathing, and support that political parties give to their supporters. For example, in 6th December of election year, you will see bus terminals packed of passengers who are being committed bus to their various electoral areas, constituencies to go and vote. Because this is not political, you don't see the usual support from people being supported with buses to go and vote. And ordinary people who have registered in their villages would not spend money to go and vote. So there are a number of issues that we need to sit down, analyze, discuss as a country if really we want to be serious with district level elections.
Right. And finally, before you take leave of us, Mr. Abrampa, the EC came out with a statement that it had postponed the elections in 2 regions, Ashanti and Eastern. They say it's due to technical challenges. What do you make of the EC's position on this?
Yes, per the statement, some polling stations in the 2 regions, elections could not be held, and the statement did indicate that there were some technical faults, mostly from the service providers who were tasked to print the ballot materials. Yes, this is not a national election. I said so. I'm not downplaying the fact that some electoral areas are not holding their elections today, so it's normal. Of course, there are costs to that to contestants who have already prepared, especially those who will make food for their agents. All these will be cost to them. Preparations, and also if somebody has taken a bath to go and vote, he gets there and says there's no voting today. Will the person stay until the Thursday that the election will be held? So there are challenges with postponing elections in specific areas. But of course, because this is not a national election, results announced from other electoral areas will not have any impact on other electoral areas because they are not generic elections. So for that, we can be sure. So that is what I make from the postponement. Yes, it's a cost. It's a disappointing, it's time wasting for people who have rather commuted to their villages to go and vote, for candidates who have already prepared food to serve their agents. All these things are cost. But generally, it may not have any impact on results because it's not a generic election.
We are grateful for your time this evening and your thoughts on today's exercise, Paul Abrampa. Thank you for your time.
You're welcome.
He is the programs manager at CDD Ghana, and he's also with Codeo, an election observer institution. And they have also given their assessment of today's event, saying that tomorrow they will have a better picture of what took place across the country and will be giving us those updates when they get every fine information from their deployment across the country. So, I mean, generally, if you voted, if you turned up in your area to vote, what do you make of today's exercise? Do let us know. We'll be happy to, at least let the world know that you turned up to vote and these were the issues that you were also faced with. Away from that, let's go on to some other stories now. It broke yesterday, still unfolding today, and a leading member of the New Patriotic Party and managing director of the State Transport Company is urging the special prosecutor to probe the allegations of impropriety in the contract handed out to SML for revenue assurance. Latest details in a fourth state investigative documentary has highlighted how the Ghana Revenue Authority and the Finance Ministry handed out contracts to Strategic Mobilization Ghana Limited. Speaking to 3FM, earlier today, actually, it was on New Day, Nana Kumia, who revealed a planned response by the Finance Ministry.
Thank you for watching. PENDREAM TV really appreciates your time and wishes you a Merry Christmas. Thank you. Stay blessed. Bye-bye.
PENDREAM TV. Now, so far, so good. Say open online portal at Ghana. Nipa share, nipa follow, nipa comment here. To my best of knowledge, without any biases, PENDREAM TV.